Hello and welcome to Free Sample of the Week. The video you just saw was the actual trumpet player they sampled, and the music you were hearing wasn't actually what he was playing. Well, it was, but recreated using this instrument, which is 100% free and available to you. Now, it's created by LibreWave and it's available within their Rhapsody plugin. Again, that's free to download on Linux, macOS, on Windows. Very easy to do. Instructions there on how to do it and videos if you're really stuck as well. But let's jump into Rhapsody and have a look at this instrument. So it's called Bell and Bone, it's this one specifically, and we're getting a whole host of different things with this. Firstly, we're not just getting one instrument, we're getting two, a trumpet and a trombone. You change it by clicking the arrow up here, and now we can see we've got a trombone, or just clicking this bit and you can see trombone and trumpet. So you're getting two for the price of nothing. But we're mostly going to be focusing this video on the trumpet itself. I'm going to leave the trombone for you to explore yourself because this is completely free, no reason not to download it and try it out. I will note there are slightly less articulations there. We're not getting, I think it's the, if we flick back, the Doit or the rips. And the velocity is done slightly different, but other than that, the mutes are there. So what can I say more? Let's now move back into the trumpet. For a start, we have this amazing performance patch, which I absolutely love. Instead of just a legato, it basically picks the best articulation for what you're playing. I wish more companies would do that. We also have mutes. You're not just getting a mute articulation, you're having the ability to change it with each articulation as well, which is a really cool feature. And there's three different mutes. We have ADSR, which is great, velocity sensitivity. You can adapt over here. Absolutely love that. Dynamics, expression, vibrato, effects. We've got a growl, we've got a flutter. There is so much going for this instrument, and it's 100% free. Super cool. So without further ado, I feel we should just jump in and get playing around with this. Now, one quick thing to note before we do play, it is mono and it is very in your face. I will recommend adding a little bit of reverb and maybe some ozone imager too, just to bring the sound out of the bag a little bit more. But let's simply play it. I'm going to tinker around a little bit, then I'll add a little bit of reverb and a little bit of stereoization, and we'll go through all these articulations. Now, the first thing I'm going to do off the bat is take off some of that attack, actually, because we're on the performance patch, but I feel it just bites into it a little bit too much. Maybe even more. Beautiful. I love that. Just take the attack off a little bit, but those transitions with those shorts sound absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. I feel before we move into the mutes, I want to just turn on that reverb. All I'm using is some just Space Designer out of the box. I've turned it down a little bit there with regards to how wet it is, and then just some ozone imager 2, which is free. I'll leave a link in the description for that plugin. A little bit of stereoization, mode 1, and just made it slightly wider. But listen to it now. See what a little bit of reverb and stereoization does to it. It just brings it out of the bag. Now let's look at some of these mutes. We've got a bucket. very jazzy, I feel. Cut. Harmon. Very nice, and we'll go back to non and move on Staccato Fall. Not an articulation probably used by itself, but as you can see there on the bottom of the keyboard, we do have key switches, so you can easily swap and change these out to create something a little bit more realistic, like we saw at the beginning. And what's really intuitive and what I love about this plugin is the fact that all these mutes work with the different articulations. It's not just an articulation, which in real life, it's not an articulation. And a lot of the times in brass libraries, you find the mute as an articulation, not just a button to turn on and off. So the fact that I can now use the Staccattissimos with a bucket mute or a Harmon, which is exactly how it should be. And I like the fact that we have a whole separate mute section, but we can play all the articulations with different mutes. Some double tongue, absolutely lovely. Doit, a lovely effect. Not something you would use solo, but mix it all together. That's another thing I really like about LibreWave, the fact that, yes, they give you the bog standard articulations, but they give you other little bits and bobs as well to mix into it to give a lovely realistic feel. Shakes and rips. So lots and lots going for us there. Now let's mess around with this flutter. Let's put it gets a little artificial closer to the top, but overall, nice to have that added feature. Now, Vibrato is naturally already on. We should probably take that flutter off. Very pure and beautiful sound. I believe this is artificial vibrato. But nice to have that there as well, so you can add some vibrato, you can add some ground, add some flutter. We've got our dynamics at the top, we've got our mutes there. Envelope, as you saw at the beginning, oh, I wanted a bit less attack. I could do that. I like the fact that's there. Some companies don't provide that. The envelope, the velocity, I'm very happy with. Overall, for a free library, I can't believe it's free. I have a lot of the other LibreWave products, and honestly, this doesn't feel like a free library. It feels like just one of their everyday products, and they're just giving it to us for free, which is absolutely amazing. And so definitely check it out. Links in the description. This is definitely a brass instrument I will be adding and using in my arsenal, and I just can't believe it's free. It's very intuitive, it's very thoughtful, and what can I say more? But thank you so much for watching. I've hoped you've enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.